episode number 229, Camaro representing at Woodward. Welcome to the Camaro Show,
a podcast about all things Camaro and GM Performance News.
I'm Chris Frezza.
And I'm Jason Debler.
We're your hosts for this week's episode of the Camaro Show. Want to be part of our show? It's easy.
Just leave a message on our voicemail hotline at 586-486-3182.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And welcome back, everyone, for another exciting episode of the Camaro Show. I'm Chris.
I'm Jason.
What's going on?
Oh, the weather is... The weather is great. God, this morning it was like 75 degrees. I woke up, opened the doors in the house, and then it went straight to 90.
Yeah, it's supposed to be getting really hot here this weekend for Woodward. So high 80s tomorrow, mid 90s by Sunday. Yeah. But it's another year of Woodward, 25th anniversary of Woodward Dream Cruise.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's nothing but wall-to-wall coverage here all week long. Cars been out there like crazy. That's why we called this episode Camaro representing Woodward.
Camaro, yes. Chevrolet, no.
Chevrolet decided not. They were always for at least for many years, the title sponsor of Woodward. They kind of gave that up a couple of years ago, saying, we're going to focus our advertising dollars on other things, and it's Ford now. So it's
that's fine.
Yeah. So you see a lot of Mustang stuff.
Yep. But Camaro's still representing because I've been removed from Woodward because I haven't been on Woodward in a few years. I got tired of it, but now I kind of regret that I can't be there again. Like, I miss it. There was a time when Chevrolet had an enormous presence there. Like, major buildings had gigantic murals of Camaros and Corvettes and everything, and now they're just like, let Ford take care of it, and that's fine. But Camaros are still roaming Woodward, jam-packed, bumper to bumper.
Jam-packed. You can say that again. I've got a poster in my office here that used to be a Woodward Dream Cruise poster.
That's right.
It's got a picture of a first-gen Camaro on it.
And it says,
ever wonder what your
Mom
saw in your dad?
Saw in your dad.
There's so many of those. They sell them, I think, on Chevy Mall. They sell them all still.
I think they do. I had a bunch of them.
They had Chevelles, Camaros.
Yep. They don't write songs about Volvos.
Yep.
There's a bunch of them. And whoever was behind that, it was probably Campbell Ewald at the time.
They did a fabulous job because I remember them on Woodward.
They were great, and they were, dare I say, they were ballsy. Yeah. They really just said, "Hey, here's the deal," but they weren't untrue. They were accurate. Right. Because it's true. It's not too often you hear a song about a Volvo. Maybe in Sweden. I don't know. Volvo's Swedish, right?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. There's a Chevelle one. Oh, yeah, I think you can find them on Chevy Mall. I had a few of them, but I think we gave them away in giveaways.
Did we?
Yes. I wish I hadn't now. Whoever's got them, can I have them back? But Camaro is still representing. You managed to snag a picture somehow of Mr. Al Oppenheiser.
Hashtag MFAO. Cruising in his 2020 Rally Green convertible Camaro SS. Yes.
I remember the first time I cruised Woodward in my 96 Camaro SS.
Okay.
And I thought I was the king of all creation until I saw, I don't know, a ZR1 or a Viper or whatever. But can you imagine being Al Oppenheiser and be driving around in the car that you oversaw the build of?
I know, that's got to be cool, eh?
I mean, anybody can write a check, but can you say, hey, I managed the build of this very car and every car like it?
Well, it's got to give you pride, A lot of pride.
That's the thing, is Al always took pride in his job with Camaro, and I'm sure he does now with whatever he's working on and whatever he'll be working on in the future. What's your best Woodward memory, Chris?
Oh, got a couple of them. Obviously, the first one when we first went when I had my 95 Z28 parked at IHOP. And another one, I'm sure you'll remember, just standing watching people walk down the sidewalk and tripping over the same tree root that was coming through the sidewalk. And we would sit there and watch exact same people do the same thing over and over and over again. They trip on it, they look back at it, and then they keep going. Some people almost really like ate it.
Okay, all right, okay, hold on. Now, this was probably, what, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years ago.
It's probably 20 years ago, yeah.
There's a piece of tree root that was exposed in the walkway, and we happened to notice that people would trip over it and then do the same thing. They wouldn't trip, like, fully, like, eat it.
Yeah, they'd
but
stumble.
They would just, like, stumble.
Yeah.
And they'd look at it like, what the hell, man? And then they keep walking. And so we started finding it entertaining. We started watching it more than we watched the cars.
Yeah.
People stumbling over it because it wasn't exactly connected, but it wasn't exactly free from the ground.
Yeah.
Now I'd be like, oh man, we got to fix this. And we would go and, put a thing over it or remove it, or I pull out my survival knife, my Rambo knife, and hack it out. And then, but then it was hilarious because we watched people, kids, grown-ups, anything, they'd stumble over it and look back at it. And of course we're like, okay, here's somebody else. All right. Eat it. And then they would stumble over it and look back like, what the hell? And it would just happen all day long. And it was funny. It was funny then.
Dude, that would be YouTube gold today.
But honestly, today I wouldn't let it happen. And I don't think you would either.
Yeah. Another good memory. And I say it's good memory, but it wasn't a very good year for Woodward. It was raining like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Your car was in the Chevrolet display.
That's right.
And we had Saturn yellow ponchos on. And while it was pouring rain.
That's right.
And Val came and picked us up, and we went to Coney Island and ate lunch. And we were soaked. We were soaked.
Yep, my 2002 Camaro SS. I was very honored to have Chevrolet choose me to have that car in that triangle. It was a big deal for me. But I'm like, let's get the hell out of here. And so we did. We walked probably a half a mile. And then Val picked us up. We shoved our faces full of food. And then the next day or later on that day, I went and picked up my car and went home.
Yum. Mm-hmm.
Or how about the year before that when we were walking along and I actually watched you pretty much bust your ankle right there. And you're like, hey, I think I saw it just sit here until you, Jason, walked 6 miles back to literally 6 miles back to the car to come and pick us up.
I couldn't move. Because we walked so well, actually, remember we jumped on that bus?
Oh, that was on the way down.
Yeah, with the dude with the knife.
Getting on the bus to go down. And the bus driver slams on the brakes out of nowhere because there was some younger kid that was talking a lot and cracking a lot of jokes. And then suddenly the bus driver slams on the brakes, gets out, runs over to the police because there's police everywhere in Woodward, and pointing and running their mouth. And next thing you know, the cops jump on and ask the kid to stand up, and protocol happens, and then turns out the kid had a giant steak knife under his belt.
Like a giant kitchen steak knife.
Yeah.
And they hauled him off.
Now, I don't know how that bus driver, it was a free bus shuttle on Woodward because they want to make it free and easy for everybody, and that's great. I don't know how that bus driver saw it. I don't know how. I'm just glad they did in this day and age. Yeah.
But these memories we're talking about, this Woodward is an experience. It's car mecca, and it's just like 8 mile to 20. So what's that? 12 miles of nothing, but a car lover's experience.
4 lanes wide north, 4 lanes wide south. Yeah, all we're talking about is negative junk right now. How about when I did a nitrous burnout several years ago? God, oh gosh, that was a lot. That was many years ago. But when I had nitrous on my Camaro, I did a nitrous burnout that was just phenomenal in front of everybody after hours before the Dream Cruise. That was fun.
Here's one. Remember this? Scott Settlemeyer calls us, hey, do you want to drive around with the Concept 2000s, the Concept Camaro on Woodward? We're like, yeah. So they picked us up. Okay, now picture this. The Camaro Concept that they just unveiled that year.
That's right.
On a giant, like, display.
It was like a rolling display case.
Yes. Going down Woodward. And we were in that car.
Yep. Well, we were in the a crew cab Silverado pulling the trailer that had the display case.
And people, you should just see the people's faces when we drove by.
Have you seen the new GMC super mega tailgate commercial where when it unclunks and everybody drops their jaw? Have you seen that?
I think so. Yeah. Yep,
it's the modular tailgate, and everybody's like opening their mouth. That's the way it was. We were just riding along in a Silverado. Settlemeyer was in the front passenger seat. You and I were in the rear seats, and we had the actual Camaro Concept behind us.
Yeah.
For the first, people were seeing this for the first time ever in person, and their mouths just opened.
Like, that's a Camaro, that's a Camaro, oh my God, that's a Camaro.
Yep, and we're just like, yeah, we had something to do with this. It's cool, and no big deal. Or just, But it was neat seeing the expressions. It was neat seeing the impact it made on the entire automotive world. And it continued to tour Woodward that entire Woodward Cruise weekend.
Mm-hmm, that was so much fun. God.
How can I forget that? That was maybe because it was so unreal for me. I'm like, I can't believe after this absence of the car that it's behind me and I'm part of the motorcade parading it around for the world to see. It was phenomenal. It was unreal. It was unbelievable.
So those are our Woodward memories. It's the 25th anniversary of Woodward. I found all these posters, dude. It's on Chevy Mall. Just look for Cruise Weekend posters.
Yeah, how much are they?
They're $19.95 all the way up to $99.95 if you want them framed and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. I recommend you go to Hobby Lobby or whatever.
They were part of the Dream Cruise weekend in 2001.
Gosh, I can't believe it's been 18 years, Chris. Old enough to vote.
This Chevelle one is really cool. It's the front end of a Chevelle, and it says, "Not everyone wants a car with a Bud vase on the dash."
That's right.
That was
a slam again.
That was the new Bug that year.
That's right. That's when Chevrolet marketing was what it used to be. It wasn't rude, but it wasn't dishonest to itself.
The 69 Camaro SS, it was the roar of your engine, not the ring of your cell phone.
Oh, God. How about those millennials now? A-holes.
Our DNA can beat up your DNA.
I remember that one.
The Corvette. Yeah, that was good. ChevyMall.com, guys. Go look under the Cruise Weekend posters. Wow, we just ate up 15 minutes.
Well, we got to get into the rest of it. Okay. All right.
Hope you guys are still with us.
But Woodward, enjoy. I wish I could be there. Chris, you're going to be there, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And be reporting back. How can people follow up with what you're covering?
I'm going to be posting on probably our Facebook page. By the time you hear the show, it's going to be, you probably have already seen it. Facebook.com/Camaro Talk Show. That's our Facebook page. And, of course, our Instagram page at Camaro Show.
Beautiful. All right, let's get on with the rest of the show and kill the reminiscing. However, we'd love to do it some more, so hit us up on Facebook if you want to.
Yeah.
Dale Jr.
Wow. Safe
and sound.
Wow.
He made a surprise stop here in Nashville.
So what happened?
Because there was a crash landing. Everybody's fine. His family's fine. And then the plane caught fire after they landed. Now, I'm not the biggest NASCAR fan in the world, but the fact that Dale Jr. was so cool to me 2 years ago at SEMA, when I told him point blank, I'm like, listen, I'm not the biggest NASCAR fan, but I enjoyed seeing the other vehicles that you build as a hobby. And he looked at me like, he almost looked like, oh, thank God, somebody different than praising me for driving my NASCAR car,
Yeah.
for appreciating me for my hobby.
Super cool dude, yeah.
Oh, he was very genuine and very just real, and he appreciated that. So he and his family safe and sound. If you're a NASCAR fan, I'm sure you're breathing a sigh of relief just like we are.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of SEMA, a couple years ago, Chevrolet unveiled the electric Copo Camaro, and it could be yours. Or mine.
It was last year.
Was it last year?
Mm-hmm. You weren't there.
The SEMAs run into each other, though.
Yeah.
Especially considering it's Vegas, so, what do you expect? But it's going, that one-of-one electric Copo Camaro is going on the auction block, and they're saying, according to musclecarsandtrucks.com, a great site that we wholeheartedly support, could fetch as much as $525,000.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I've seen some people.
No.
Here's the thing. People are like, when I shared this article out, I saw a lot of negativity towards this.
Hold on, my dog.
That's okay.
He wants to weigh in on this. What up, puppy dog?
So Ruger, what do you think?
His name is Ruger. Ruger, do you want an electric Copo Camaro?
The E-Copo. What do you think, Ruger?
What do you think, Buff?
951 at 140. That's absolutely correct.
Good dog. Good dog.
They're gonna have. When I posted this on separate pages on Facebook, some of the comments were majority of them were very negative.
Why?
Like,
because they're scared.
Stop cramming this electric crap down our throats. No displacement or no replacement for displacement. Blah this and trade it in for a new Camaro and it's just like, no, thank you. This is stupid. It's like, wow. I guess I didn't expect that.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that they were posting that from a rotary phone?
Yeah.
Binary. Zeros and ones.
Yeah.
Oh, embrace technology because it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? At first I was adverse to it too, but I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be all right.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. If you don't want it, don't buy it.
Well, hey, guess what? Just like, everything else. Not to mention, you want to talk about performance, talk about instant on and instant off.
Yep.
You want to be able to launch fast? You want to be able to have power on demand?
Boom.
Zero lag.
Yep.
It's hard to get over, but once you what was the tipping point? When the Tesla Roadster, was it Roadster? The super fast thing that they still haven't made yet, the Tesla.
Yeah, the new Roadster.
Yeah. When I saw that thing take off silently, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the ticket.
It's just like, gone.
I'm telling you.
Gone.
Our current electrical engineers are going to be the future version of Motorheads.
Yeah.
So
looking forward to it.
All right. So who's going to buck up $525,000 for that car?
Oh, probably what's his face?
Rick Hendrick. Right on.
Yeah.
All right. We're halfway out of time. Let's burn through this. How about this? Also from musclecarsandtrucks.com, the Corvette ZR1 versus Camaro ZL11LE.
The Battle Royale.
What's that?
I called it the Battle Royale.
You know what? I think the Camaro did pretty well.
I thought it was very respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that Corvette is just, damn.
Well, the Corvette's a beast. The Camaro's an animal.
Yeah.
You could assign anything you want to it, but the fact of the matter is that the Camaro did 110, the Corvette did 106.9, so just say 107. What I like about these videos, and this is from overseas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that you can hear the engine without any commentary. You can just listen to the engine churn, and it's a beautiful sound. Watch this video. Chris, you're gonna link it up in the show notes.
Yep.
I like it that way. Sometimes on when I'm watching NHRA racing, they'll say, we're going to have a couple rounds where there's no commentary, where it's just nothing but just the cars. Mm-hmm. And I love that. They do it on NASCAR too. They do it on IndyCar too. I think they should do it more often. Commentary is great, especially in hockey.
That's in the Camaro. They're at the Hockenheim Ring in Krusenbindel.
The Hockenheim.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna link this up in the show notes. Go watch it. It's badass.
It is indeed badass. And it's, man, I love how the ZL1 can keep up for the most part with a ZR1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And most drivers couldn't even do either one. So, yeah. Yep. All right, Chris, how many voicemails do we have this week?
We do have one voicemail here.
I would love to hear it.
All right, let's go.
Hey guys, Mike from Connecticut. I was listening to your show, the No Regrets episode, and I wanted to comment. So, I always hear from you and others on the internet that the C6, the Camaro 6, is too similar to the 5. That's a bunch of hogwash. It's a different car. It's not the same car. People are just looking for something to complain about. Let's look at the Mustang, for example. Since 2005, essentially, they've held this retro body style. Since 2005, we're going on almost 50 years. So what the Camaro did, in my opinion, is probably a bigger step away from the retro styling than what Mustang has done for the past 15 years. Like I said before, because I've called in before, the issue with sales on the Camaro are price is too high. They outprice the car, number one. Number two, backseat is essentially unusable, and, people can't drive. People freak out in a car. I have to use their means.
I think his cell phone cut out. I think we lost him. That was Mike from Connecticut on a rant.
Fair enough and fine.
And he brings up a valid point. He calls hogwash on the similarities between the 5th and 6th gen.
You park the two side by side, you'll be like, yeah, they look like siblings, but not the same.
No.
They're not twins.
Yeah. He says the reason why they're not selling is price, no back seat, or unusable back seat.
Mm-hmm.
And
visibility.
I don't know what he was saying. Yeah, was it the visibility issue?
I think he was going with visibility.
Okay. I don't know. We can kick this down every episode, and we're gonna get the same stuff back and forth.
He's not wrong.
We're gonna see for 2020. I'm looking forward to seeing the LT1 model. It's the base V8 car, which is priced lower than a Mustang, and he even brought that in. He says that Mustang has been virtually the same since 2005. I think is what he said. The retro body style has been the same since 2005.
Yeah,
I came up on one in a parking lot the other day, and the back end is just so horrible.
I like it. You don't like it. I know you don't like it.
Oh my God! It's like they designed like 3/4 of the car, got to the back end, and said, "Nah, we're not going to do nothing here." That's it.
Chop it off.
This is horrible. And it looks like the back seat would be worse than the Camaro. I don't know how it isn't.
It's not. Probably because they have smaller gas tank. I just made that up. I don't even know if it's true.
Yeah, I don't know. But thank you, Mike from Connecticut, for calling in. Sorry you had problems with your cell phone.
Yeah, but thank you for calling in because he's not wrong. I mean, the pricing is high. You get what you pay for a performance vehicle. Backseat, I don't care about the backseat. I don't want anybody by backseat anyway, unless it's me, and I can't fit it there anymore.
Yeah.
And then, of course, visibility. Well, we've talked about this ad infinitum. Ad infinitum?
Yeah.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about this a lot. And
the only person who's been in my back seat is Vito, and he fits back there, so that's all I care about.
Well, what is his stage name, if you will?
Stage
name? His social media name.
Well, he doesn't have one.
Vito the Kid.
Oh,
he's a kid.
Oh, okay.
He's a kid.
Yeah, Vito the Kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, no, that kid doesn't got social media.
Speaking of which, what's the latest and greatest that you've uploaded for Vito?
Oh, that Impossible Whopper. Yeah, the Imposter Whopper is what I call it. Yeah.
Imposter Whopper?
Here's what I say. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian and you don't eat meat, but you want to enjoy the joys of sinking your teeth into a Whopper, go get it. Okay? Well, if you're vegan, probably not, because I don't think the mayonnaise is vegan. So
you can have it removed from the.
Yeah,
I understand you can have it removed, and you can request that it's not cooked in the same manner that a beef patty is cooked.
Right. So
you know what? That's great.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. I tried it. I liked it.
Cool.
I'm sure you'll release the video of it someday.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's coming next. It's coming next.
Chris, please put in the show notes how people can follow the non-automotive escapades of you and Vito the Kid.
Okay.
All right. And a side note, voicemail.
Yes.
How do they get a hold of us?
This is how.
Hey, want to be part of this show?
Well, we want to hear from you.
Just hit our digits at 586-486-3182, 24 hours a day.
Leave us a message, and we'll feature it in an upcoming show.
So what are you waiting for? Do it now.
You know,
Do it
I
now.
want to call a few folks out.
Okay.
Excuse me. Pardon me, allergies.
Yeah.
Where is our loyal listeners that's been following us for many years? Like, we heard from Bear Z28 briefly.
Bear? I haven't heard from Bear in forever.
Or no, Mudbone.
Yeah.
Mudbone.
Yes, Mudbone's back.
Briefly. Haven't heard from Bear. Haven't heard from, gosh, man, our resident Mustang guy, AJ. We haven't even heard from it's post all day. Where the heck is Bentley Fierro, our resident strip club owner? I don't know. I'm just making that up. Or resident voiceover genius. Or where's our new listeners? If you haven't called into our show, don't be afraid. Just feel free to call in and say, hey, and whatever else is on your mind, really. If it's Camaro related, even better. But if it's not, that's cool too. We just love to hear from you. So please feel free to pick up the phone, drop us a call.
And if you don't want to call us, you can always hit us on Facebook or Instagram too. Facebook.com/Camaro Talk Show. Like us up there. You can reply or leave comments there and on our Instagram page. You know, we're at Camaro Show. Very easy. Very easy to follow. And Twitter too. I mean, we're on we do the tweets and the twits and all that kind of stuff.
And the twats and the
At Camaro,
Show. How about this next news? This comes from GM Authority. This Camaro goes Dukes of Hazzard straight into a break.
Did you watch that?
Yes, over and over again. I tried to. I wanted to download it and slow-mo it down because this thing is. I'm sorry.
It's something, eh?
But this dude must have been doing Mach 6. He just would. Like, as soon as he hit the grass, he was airborne and didn't touch down.
Yeah, you should have
inside the building.
You should have downloaded this and then put the horn in it. Just a good old boys.
You know what? I think I might just do that. I'll probably get a cease and desist because he'll yell at me for using somebody else's stuff.
Raw video of it's a brake shop.
Yeah. And it looks like there's some nice cars in there too that this Camaro just went bottom first into. 21-year-old Alabama man was arrested and charged after the Chevrolet Camaro he was driving slammed into the front of a business in Greenville, South Carolina. Jadarick Freeman was driving the Camaro when he clipped another car and lost, I'll just say, complete control of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Security cameras obtained by the station show the two-door, because there's plenty of four-door Camaros out there, driving toward the shop at an extremely high rate of speed before mounting the curb, which sounds suggestive right there, going airborne and slamming into the front of a Brakes for Less auto parts and repair shop with considerable force.
You can say that again.
Yeah, I'll say considerable. How about ridiculous or ludicrous force? Freeman, the douchebag, was charged with DUI, and not surprisingly, more charges may be pending. I'm sorry. I know that this is tragic, but I don't think anybody got killed. So,
no, because he said as soon as he slammed in, he jumped out of the vehicle and ran away.
You know what?
The vehicle's airbags had already gone off when it hit the Brake for Less door due to the prior collision with the third vehicle party, which had prevented injury to an extent. So while he was airborne, he probably didn't see a thing because all the airbags had gone off.
Chris, Chris, put your finger on the button, the bra button.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, hold on. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'm driving this Camaro. I'm driving it real fast. Oh, man, a car just hit me. Oh, man, it brakes for less.
Bruh.
Oh, man, I'm in the brakes for less.
Bruh.
Now that's being sexy. That's
This is something, guys. I'm going to link this up in the show notes. Yeah, it's sad. Apparently, he was charged with DUI, and not surprisingly, more charges may be pending.
I should hope so, but
they haven't been able to track down many other photos of this rather massive accident, but we can imagine that this is the Camaro's last ride.
yeah.
As for brakes for less, store employees estimated it suffered thousands of dollars worth of damage, with the vehicle smashing through the glass windows at the front of the shop.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think there's any sound to this video, is there?
No, you hear some ambient sound, but that's because it's a cell phone shot of the security camera.
Okay.
All right, so I'm done laughing now. At the same time, here's what I'll and as a father of a 23-year-old kid who drives, and as a person who's done some dumb shit in my car myself, I will say this: when you're driving a vehicle, especially a high-performance vehicle, I will say the same thing that my lawyer once told me: govern thyself accordingly. And that plays here. If this dude had done so, he may have not have had these issues, and I wouldn't be laughing my ass off about him just flying.
Wow.
It's just you keep watching it, just the way that the car.
Wow.
It was almost.
It's like he shot out of a cannon.
He almost looked like he was vertical when he hit the building.
Like he hit the curb. Holy
And then
shnikes.
it was like when I was like 7 years old and I wanted to pop a big wheelie on my bicycle. So I go up to a curb and I'd push the front tire against the curb as I ride up to it and then pedal real hard and then boop, and the front went up. That's exactly what this dude did.
My God.
Actually, it didn't look like he did a whole lot of damage to the cars inside. He skimmed them.
Missed them.
One was an Audi, one was a big truck, and I think what was that silver? What is that silver car? Is that it's a two-door? Is it? It can't be a Tesla, can it?
No.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
What the hell is that car? It's a two-door.
Well, it looks like there's a Silverado, the truck, and then
Right, that's on the left, and there's an Audi to the left of it.
Right.
It's like a dark blue or black.
And then that silver, I don't know.
What is that silver car?
Maybe it's just a Honda or something. Who knows?
Well, whatever. It escaped. Oh, it looked like it clipped its ass off.
Considerable damage.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to laugh. I shouldn't laugh, but I just can't help it just because it's so ludicrous.
Wow.
Oh, there's another one recently about somebody that thought that in England that they thought that a giant soccer ball in the middle of a cul-de-sac was as soft as a real soccer ball. So they thought it'd be a good idea to ram into it with their car, only to find out that it was freaking solid.
I knew a guy like that in high
Like,
school.
you see a security camera and this car just right into it, and it's like, oh man, oh bruh.
A friend of mine in high school used to run at someone. We'd be walking home and see like a fresh snowman was built or something. So he'd go run at it. Well, this one wasn't a real snowman. It was a solid freaking thing, and he almost broke his wrist when he tried to punch it.
Well, since we're talking about that, one time when I had my 1996 S10 ZR2 pickup, and I decided to go off-roading, and I saw this giant monster pool of water, and I thought, ooh, it's time for me to pretend that I'm in a Chevrolet commercial where you see the truck going through the water and the big
Mud
spray of water.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, here I go. And at the last second, I'm like, nah, I think I'm going to inch in. Good thing I did, because somebody with a monster truck went through perpendicular to the path that I was taking into the water and dug two giant deep trenches with their monster truck tires. Had I done that, it probably would have ripped the front and rear suspension right off the truck.
Wow.
So I inched in, and then I sunk, and then I flooded the interior of the vehicle. And then I had to wait for a monster truck to come in and tug me out of it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was my first and last true off-roading experience. Oh, that's right, because I was in my underwear trying to fish out where the front tow hook was. and figure out how to get my vehicle out. I was scared to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like an escapade there.
Yep. I'll save that for another night. We are so out of time, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
This has been a fun episode, though.
I know. Well, that's what happens when we get laughing and giggling instead of the structured stuff. Tell us what you think. Do you like the structured, or do you like just Chris and I just BSing about car crap?
Oh, my God. I had fun. I'm not even drinking either. I'm drinking hint water. You ever had hint water?
Well, I wish I could say the same thing. No, this is a great show, and thank you very much for listening. Chris, enjoy Woodward tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to hear all about it in next week's episode, right?
I will. Yes, totally.
Right.
Ready to get out of here?
I'm ready to go to bed, dude.
All right. We'll see you then. We'll see you later. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to The Camaro Show.
Don't forget, drop us a voicemail at 586-486-3182.
We'll see you next week. See ya.